Yo, what's up everybody? Big Flex! Welcome to the About Wellbeing podcast, episode 12, I think it is. I'm getting lost now. So yeah, today, healthy tips. I'm going to talk about, basically, I'm going to give you some action points as far as how to fucking be healthy. Because what I find is a lot of the time when I'm researching or listening to things or trying to find out stuff about health, a lot of the time it's like, okay, I've learned all this stuff, now what do I do with it? Like, okay, what can I actually do to start being healthy? Well, the first thing you can do is like learn about yourself. That's like, I always say that. First thing you do is actually learn about yourself and figure out your body. Now, you might actually come to the question as well, so okay, I really want to be healthy, but that leads to the question, well, what is healthy? So I've stolen Paul Chek, who is an absolute wizard of health. He's been doing health stuff for like 50 something years, and if you haven't watched any of Paul Chek's stuff, I highly recommend it. Like, he goes really deep into some stuff, but I'd listen to his easier things. He's crazy videos on YouTube, and he will tell you what health is, like, immediately, and you're like, oh, I get it. But this is his definition here. So, health is an honest willingness to engage your body and mind so that you engage in body and mind challenges in life as an integral process of creating, living your dreams and accomplishing your goals and objectives. Basically what that's saying is put your health first so that you have the energy to overcome the hurdles that life is going to send you. I'll say that again, maybe in a different way. Put your health first and prioritize it so that whatever you want to do in life, you can achieve. Firstly, when life is going to throw you hurdles and it's going to get tough, if your health is there, it's going to be a lot easier for you to get out of those little holes. Secondly, if you've got big dreams and goals and ambitions, what Paul goes through here, and you want to tackle them and you want to achieve some stuff and experience some amazing things in life, put your health first, and then you'll be able to focus on that stuff. Now, because the same thing is I've got a hierarchy, and if you haven't listened to my podcast episode 2, I talk about the hierarchy that like I'm trying to climb as far as like health and living your best life goes. But basically, it's kind of the same thing. If you're anxious, depressed, sad, and injured, it's a lot more easier to keep being anxious, depressed, sad, or injured because it's hard to get out of that because your health is suffering, like your mental, mind, and body. That is what in that quote as well, which is extremely important. There's no difference between the mind and the body, right? Same thing. So, yes, really important to know that. Now, you might come to, okay, so, well, now we know what the definition of health is, and it's like, okay, putting my body and mind first so that I can overcome hurdles and do what I'd like to do with life. Now what the fuck do I do? So first thing is sort out your body and learn your body. And one of the first things you can do for that is literally just start to think about and be mindful of what makes you feel shit. Like, what makes you feel shit? Like, if you have one cup of coffee, I feel sick. I feel good all day. Man, if I have 4 cups of coffee, I feel like a piece of shit. Like, notice those things. Hey, I have like steak today, I feel good. I have a massive bowl of chips and ice cream and shapes and all these different things in there, and now I feel like shit. That's a signal. That is a signal to you. Every time you feel bad, that is an absolute signal to you for as far as your health goes. Now you might go, okay, now what's the first thing I can do as far as like with my body to be healthy? And the most important thing is sleep. So you've got like, I've got this Oura ring here. This literally is the best sleep tracking software on the market. I will be putting out a training for this in the next upcoming month, so be out looking for those. But the Oura ring is just great for tracking your sleep, and I'll let you know, even any apps, like if you have some sort of apps, like just start tracking your sleep or even be mindful of it. If worse comes to worse, you can literally just have a sleep journal, give yourself a score out of 10, how you feel in the morning, like, oh, out of 10, how good a sleep did I get? And then just track that every single day, right? If you're having bad sleeps, right, what can you do about it? Well, get a good bed, make sure the bedroom's cold, you can do a bit of research, listen to my stuff. I've got a sleep article on my website, CoreyBoutwell.com. You could do that. There's a checklist at the end to go through stuff in there. But make sure your room's cold. Make sure you're not eating too close before bed. Make sure you're exercising through the day. Make sure you're getting to bed at the same time every night. Make sure if you need, have some like magnesium or something before bed. Magnesium or something before bed. Meditate before bed. Make sure you're calm and remove from distractions, phones, and electronics a little bit before bed. And then see how you sleep. And try to get like more than 8 hours of sleep. Well, depends. I wouldn't say more than 8 hours of sleep. You kind of Sometimes, depending on like the ordering, it shows you how much time you spend in bed and how much sleep you get. Sometimes you lay in bed for 10 hours and only get 7.5 hours of sleep. So it's like, what? But other times you go to bed for like 7 hours and 30 minutes, you'll be in bed, but you've slept for 7 hours and 15 minutes and you're like, fuck yeah. So that's one thing. Focus on. Get a real comfy bed. Focus on your sleep. What can you do? And then track it. See what's making better, how are you getting better sleep progress, and how can you actually track that. So there's some steps you can actually go out and do stuff. Get an Oura Ring, get a sleep tracking app, track your sleep, and then do some things which are going to make you sleep better. You're going to feel better. Your body's going to heal better. Sleeping is like the most important thing, straight up. That's when your body heals and regenerates and your mind recovers and all the good stuff, right? So that's one thing you focus on. Then you're like, okay, cool. I've sorted some of that out. I'm feeling a little bit healthier. How good is that? What can you do next? Next thing I would actually do is have a look at all the food that you're eating, right? You want to look at all the food and all the things that like you're putting into your mouth. What are the good stuff? What are the bad things? Now, basically what you can do here is basically what you want to do is, well, there's three things, right? You want to remove all the shit stuff. You want to add in all the good stuff. And you want to get clear. Well, what I'm saying right now is probably the most important thing as far as health goes overall with health. Remove the shit stuff, add in the good stuff, and get clear on exactly what you need to do for your mind and body. That would be my biggest recommendation to sort your fucking health out. Those three, I'll say it again. Remove all the shit stuff, put in all the good stuff, and get clear on exactly what you need to do for your body, whatever's going to serve it. Boom. So, same thing with your food. Think that. So, what shit stuff am I eating? All right. How can I remove this? What's the most amount of stuff that I can remove and that I'll still be satisfied with? Like, just an example, if you're eating pasta every night and you really like that meal and it satisfies you, maybe switch up to sweet potato instead because it has less gluten, less genetic modified, or get a really good quality pasta or something. Try something different, you know what I mean? What are you gonna do? Did you have like a McDonald's addiction? I did. But like, what else can you have instead? So remove all the shit stuff. All right, now add in all the good stuff. What's the good stuff? How do I find that out for my body? Well, firstly, like I said, you got to be mindful of what makes you feel shit. And there's all these different types of foods. Like food is so complex and complicated, and it's so specific to you. How your DNA is and what your body is like and your mind and everything is completely separate to someone else's. And how they digest and all do stuff. Like we're so different. So never compare yourself to someone else. You got to find out what makes you feel good, what makes you feel shit, and then remove the stuff that makes you shit, do the stuff that makes you feel good, right? So that's the things. Be mindful of what you're eating. And then you might go, oh, how can I actually figure this out? Well, what you can do is you can go get a food allergy test from somewhere cool, like somewhere like decent. Like actually have a bit of research and find somewhere good. I know I would look at, it might be Cyrex Labs or something. I'd look at one of Ben Greenfield's food allergy tests because he's done so many. He would be a really good person to look at what you could do for a food allergy test. You could do a blood test, get your blood test, see where your biomarkers are at. It's very easy to look at like your vitamin D levels, magnesium levels, electrolyte levels, how your blood's actually working, all the rest of the stuff there. Get a blood test. And what you can do as well, which you only have to do once in your lifetime and cost you $280, is get a DNA test. We lost you for a second there. So yeah, DNA test. Last you your whole life, cost you $280. DNAfit.com. Orders from UK, get sent to you, swab inside your mouth, post it, catch you later. Literally will tell you like what saturated fats you need, how much vitamin D you need, how much omega-3s you need, how much vitamin B12 you need, like all the things, and then it tells you what foods you want to stick to and what foods you want to avoid. It's like, well, that's a pretty fucking clear picture, isn't it? Like, how good is that? So the first thing you can do is start monitoring what you're eating, what makes you feel good and what doesn't make you feel good. Do you feel better high carbs, low carbs? What are you doing? All right. Then go get like a food allergy test or go get DNA tested, get your bloods tested. Just pick one of them, whichever's got the most easiest for you. I suggest a DNA test because it's just so easy and it's like cheaper than getting the blood test done and less effort. You just order online, click, comes to you, right? Sort that out. Then you figure out what you're eating. Okay, that's some action points. That are some action points that you can take, not just going hectic into all of the stuff. This is like what you can do to actually get healthy. So what comes next after that? You sorted out your sleeping, sorted out your eating. Now it's like, okay, well, maybe what is also going to make me really healthy is being fit. What can I do to be fit? Well, if you're going to the gym and training, everyone depending on what sport you're doing, everyone should be doing some sort of resistance training. I don't care what, even if you're playing golf, you should be doing like wrist exercise or something, or some sort of core exercise for swinging. I'm not sure what it is, but you should be doing some sort of resistance training. And if you're not currently resistance training, I highly recommend you go and do some. Not for the benefits of just like, getting there and exercising, but doing something specific for whatever sport or whatever you like doing. And that will basically, if you haven't watched the podcast I did with Dylan Claridge, episode like 9 or something, watch that one because he goes deep into it, about the benefits of like resistance training for actually whatever sport you're doing, because it gives you like a bigger tank of energy and endurance and power to pull from when you're training. Right. If you're not doing that, find something that you like doing, ping pong, table tennis, like that's the same thing. Whatever it is, dance classes, footy, I'm just trying to think of sports, running, swimming, cycling, all that stuff, right? Find something you like and enter some sort of competition. Like do something competitively and socially, just for a bit of fun, right? And then what that's going to do is that's going to give you the indicators to let you know how fit you are or not. Like if, let's say for example, you haven't played footy in 3 years and you go out to play footy and you do footy training, one training, man, I feel like shit, I don't want to do this again. No, that is just your body screaming out to you saying you need to do this more because you're unfit. And then it's like psychologically hard to actually get over that, and then you stop playing footy or whatever. Don't do that. Stick to whatever it is or find something else that you like doing. Or if you're not doing much else stuff, there's literally so many easy things. It's like wherever you live, like in the city, especially in Australia, like they have walking events happening. You got like city to bay things going on. They've got like easy obstacle courses and Spartan races and things that you can like enjoy and like don't have to work your absolute ass off to go and like enter and get into that stuff, but go do something. Like we're blessed to have these physical bodies that are amazing and we can do, they're so adaptive and we can do amazing things with them. Like go out and do it. And if you're a bodybuilder in the gym and you want to be like some of the best in the world and you want to perform like an athlete, then get into the gym and absolutely fucking smash it. Then get in there and do that. But also just be mindful of your cardio. If you're doing that and you're in that bodybuilding space, 20% cardio, 80% training is what your week should look like as far as like effort goes, which is nice to know. So as far as tips go, do some of that. Find something that's going to anchor you to keep you fit, even if it's just like a friend that you can walk or train with or do anything so you can talk, so it's not just like super boring. Unless you're a bodybuilder and you're doing the stuff like me when you're in the gym every day and you're doing the stepper by yourself and you're doing everything by yourself, it gets quite boring, but you love it and you love the huge, like the grind and the discipline of getting in there and like just working on yourself, and then you have a huge event and boom, it's like the most amazing thing ever. It's just like suppressing a huge spring and then boom, releasing it. It's the best. But yeah, do something. That's some health tips. And what happens is while you're doing all your fitness stuff, what happens is your body's going to start showing you like niggles. You're sore here, you're slightly injured there, this is a little bit tight, this isn't working properly, blah, 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 blah. You should be saying, thank you. Thank God I'm doing some sort of exercise and it's telling me and I'm getting indicated in pains and areas that I know there's something there that needs to be fixed. Because that's going to be your body's health. Like if you got bad knees, bad shoulder, bad necks, sore lower back, sore abs, feet, ankles, like whatever it is, if something's sore going on and you start doing exercise and you go, oh, that hurts, like I'm not good there. Well, that's your body screaming at you to go and fix it. What do you do then? Well, you go see a bunch of people. Go see a physiotherapist, go see a chiropractor, go see a massager, go see osteotherapy, go see like a naturopath. That's mainly for health problem stuff anyway, but find some stuff. Learn this stuff out. Learn about yourself with all those things. These are some action points you can actually go and take. Whichever one of these like resonate with you. Is that the word? I think so. Resignate. Whichever one fucks with you or vibes with you, go out there and actually do something about it. I've just told you that's what you can do. Now, without health, that's like mainly just body. There's other things that come into that, how you're breathing and like your actual environment. There's all these other things that come into there. But as far as just normal health tips goes, this is like action points you can actually take. Next thing you can do is sort out your mind. Are you anxious or depressed? Is your health? What you want to do is remove all the bad shit, bring in all the good stuff, and get clear on exactly what you want to do. And you might say, well, how the fuck am I going to do that with my mind? So, well, basically what you want to do is write a list of everything you're anxious about, everything you're depressed about, right? That is all the shit stuff. Now, like this is literally what you do. Like literally you write this out. you write down all the stuff anxious, all the stuff depressed, and then like, what stuff can you remove? Is there anything that makes you depressed? Is there anything that makes you stressed? Is it physical? Is it an injury? A lot of the time it's outside of actually in here, and you can go, oh, there's a few things that I can literally just change. It's just going to free up a little bit of like mental space for me. How good is that? Then write another list. What is a bunch of good things I want to bring into my mind? Do I want to journal? Do I want to meditate? Do I want to start learning how to say positive things to myself? Do I need to get like a coach to hold me accountable, like someone like a well-being coach or something that does this stuff? Do I need to see a psychologist just for a little checkup and talk to them about my list of anxious things, my list of depression things, and my list of how I want to be, because they will extremely help you out with that. You know what I mean? And having those discussions, unravel those. Now, it does get a little bit difficult with the mind stuff, but honestly, journaling, meditating, creating space, making any sort of space in your mind to like allow your thoughts to digest whatever you're thinking is great. I mean, we live in 2020, we're super distracted, we've got electricity all around us, I have a light there, speaker on the camera, I've got a laptop there, and my phone here, and a phone watch, and earphones, and everything's all buzzing, beeping, making fucking noise, and people talking to me and shit, and it's happening all day, right? So we're having this constant stimulus coming in, and everyone works pretty hard. I find that people work hard, and if they're not working hard, a lot of the time it's because they are not following their purpose or their path, and they get really demotivated, and that causes stress. I actually do think, like, I honestly believe all anxiety and depression mainly comes from someone not following a direction of where they want to go. There could be some other circumstances, but in my experience, I'm sharing this, could be completely wrong in your scenario, but majority from what I've seen so far, this is what has been relevant for me. All anxiety and depression comes from people who are not going down a path that is right for them. That is literally it. Because anxious, one of the definitions for being anxious is worrying about the future, and thinking about being depressed is worrying about the past or thinking about it, right? You're not being completely present with the here and now. And sorting that out is extremely difficult. But with all the different stimulus coming into your mind, it's really hard for your mind to actually go in and digest your anxious and depressed thoughts. Now, this is a fucking huge key. So this is what you want to think, right? This is huge. I forgot about this. So what happens when you get injured on your body? Let's say you get a cut on your skin, right? What happens to it? It heals. But what is happening while it's healing? Fucking hurts, right? Like, oh my God, this canes. I'm not going to do that again. It's literally trying to teach you a lesson. It is trying to teach you a lesson not to do that again. Now, the same thing happens with anxiety and depression. A lot of people kill that with drugs, alcohol, weed, sedatives, all the rest of that stuff, being distracted, indulging in sex, indulging in food, indulging in just like not being alone, you know what I mean? Trying to be socially out there, and they're not, connected with themselves and stuff. But there is a reason we feel anxious and depressed. What it is, it's a little cut. It's a little cut to your emotions. A little something that hurts somewhere, and it happened before you, or you're worried about something hurting, right? But there is a reason that we need to feel that pain. It's the same reason we feel the pain when we get cut on our skin, not to do that again. Your mind is screaming at you. Your mind is screaming at you to be like, feel this pain. This is the lesson you need to learn. This is what you need to figure out. And it's telling you, it's trying to tell you it's a cut and you need to let it heal. And basically, with your skin, you leave it. You just don't rub shit into it, right? If you rub shit and bad stuff into your skin, it's going to get all affected and fucked. Same thing with your mind, except how do you heal that? It's literally just with your thoughts. Like, whatever you're thinking is going to fuel it. So if you get anxious about something and you start diving deep, it's kind of like scratching and picking the scab off all the time. You know what I mean? And ruining your sore. It's the same thing with your thoughts. If you're anxious and you're constantly thinking or worrying about stuff, it's just going to get worse and worse and worse and make the wound a bit bigger and a bit bigger, and now you're like, fuck, I've got to figure this out. So to get healthy, what you can do is just write out a bunch of things. Figure out what is shit, figure out what is good and what you want to say to yourself and how you can actually do it. Write the stuff down. What is really good is honestly just doing like a gratitude journal. Putting your heart and your mind in a state of appreciation will help you receive appreciation a lot better. So the law of attraction, if you don't know what it is, the law of attraction is literally just like manifesting shit in your life. And they have proven with science that this is more it is more researched and backed up than gravity, right? It is more research and backed up. The law of attraction is more research and backed up than gravity itself, right? So basically what happens is whatever you're thinking or feeling or focusing on will attract into your life. So if you start thinking about shit stuff, you go down in a spiral and you keep attracting shit stuff into you. If it's negative or bad, you just keep going, oh, negative, bad stuff. But you need to get out of that and reinforce positive things in there to get back onto the positive train. So if you're worried about your health, or even if you just want to optimize it or you want to get over hurdles, if you have a good like foundation of you saying nice things to yourself, so you're appreciating other people, you're appreciating yourself, you're happy to be alive, and you're constantly aware of your thoughts, and you're aware when you're negative, and you're aware when you're being positive. And you're also accepting both, because we can't control our thoughts a lot of the time. Especially you learn that when you're meditating a lot, you can't control your thoughts. Something just pops up, and it could be something really disgusting. You could be thinking of something like just so weird. You're like, oh gosh, that's like quite horrible. But that's not you, that's literally just your thoughts. So just being aware of that as well can actually really help your mental health. And as well as, I find a lot of the time when people are disconnected, mind to body, when they're not focused on the mind or they're not focused on their body and they haven't got a healthy body and they haven't got like a healthy mind, the disconnection just keeps going, right? So a lot of the time it's like, we'll sort your physical health out, make sure that you're eating good, sleeping good, you're exercising and you're recovering nicely, and it might be a lot easier because then you're a lot more like presentable and easier to, you know, relate to as your friends, because people want to be around you because you're not just sapping energy from them. And yeah, that's just a huge thing. It's a huge part. So I think that's pretty much it, what I wanted to cover. What you can do for your body, which is literally learn about yourself, figure out, with the mindset, one more thing, get clear on exactly what you want to do. So then you can do something like Jordan Peterson's program that I talked about, or you could do some writing exercises. Do something like write your year out for, let's say 2021, 2022, whatever it is. Write whatever your best year would be. Like if you could have the best year and you wanted to do whatever you wanted to do, right? And it's coming up in a few months, like with all the current resources and things that I've got, what would be the best year ever? And then go out, write it down, and then Jordan Peterson says this, break it down into little steps. Okay, what do I need to do this month, this month, this month, this month? Cool, what are the goals in here? Now, what do I need to do this week, this week, this week, this week, this week? Cool, that's what I need to be doing weekly and achieving. Now, what can I do every single day in order to get that? That's literally a writing exercise that you can do. Just writing out and just thinking like, what would your most desired year be? What would your most desired life look like? And then start doing things to actually get out there and do it. Now, what's happened is that has removed, how I said beforehand, when you're disconnected from the purpose or whatever you want to do with your life, whatever path you're going down, what you're doing is just putting yourself back onto that path. And you're getting clear on exactly what you love doing, what you like doing, and what you can do, and what's going to be the best days and the best year, week, month for you. And once you figure that out, that's going to also free up a lot of room, because you're not so worried about, oh fuck, I'm worried about the future here. Oh shit, I'm worried about like past stuff here. You're just going down somewhere and you're taking the steps to go on the journey that you need to go on, right? Super important. That are some action steps. So go back to the body, sort your sleeping out, figure it out. What's good, what's bad? What do you need to get clear on? Like, optimize your bedroom, get a sleep routine, figure the little things out. It's very easy to Google. You can read my article, figure the stuff out. What can you eat? I've literally got shopping lists on my website that you can do to figure these things out as far as putting food into your body. Get a DNA test, get a food allergy test, write down what food makes you feel good, what food makes you feel bad, and set yourself some goals to it. Tell your friends, tell your family that you're doing this because you want to improve, and that'll help you out. Then for your body, what exercise are you doing? And then be grateful when you get injured or niggles and stuff like that, and figure out what's actually hard, and then lean into that stuff, because that's literally just telling you how you need to be fit. And then what you can do is actually, you can get the Oura ring as well, and that tells you your heart rate variability, which is like the biggest indicator, and your resting heart rate, which is like the biggest indicator of your fitness. A lot of people and athletes wear like straps or use the Oura ring, and they wake up in the morning to see what their heart rate's done, and their heart rate variability is done the night beforehand, to determine to go, oh, this is how fit I am right now. You can do that. Then there's also a whole bunch of tests you can do. Can you run like for a few Ks at a decent pace? Like, can you do some sort of strength stuff? So whatever's like fitness, like what can you do as far as, well, whatever your goals would be. It obviously depends on your goals, but to be healthy, you have to do some sort of exercise. You got to spend the energy that you're putting in, right? there's some action points. You can go out, look, and think of those things. If not, get a PT, get a coach, set yourself a goal, try to go out there. City to Bay, walking a very light obstacle course, Spartan race, or again, if you're fucking into the high performance game and you want to go nuts, like set yourself a goal, go out there, measure the stuff, go nuts. It is one of the best times, and you can feel so good because spending that energy as well also trains you to receive more energy, which is great. Then, for your mind, sort out what's bad, what's good, what do you need to get clear on? Where are you anxious? Where are you depressed? What is your path that you would most likely to follow? What can you remove? What is the good stuff you can put in and start saying to yourself and do about that stuff? And it's literally just like start learning to meditate, start writing down a journal of how your day went, start writing down a gratitude journal, what you're appreciative for, and then also write out your most desired life. I know that might kind of seem, because people find like a little bit hesitant to actually sit down and like write stuff, but I'm not kidding. One of the best things I've ever done, and I've done it on a regular basis, is literally just the writing exercise, setting the time to think, and just write out what life do I want to live, and like what experiences do I want to experience, and how can I go out there and actually like do those. Fuck, that gets me so pumped. When you are like actually writing that out and like thinking it and feeling and visualizing that those like experiences happening, and you're just like, that is exactly what I want to do. I am so clear on it. Is gold for your mind and gold for your mental health. And you just go out there and get after it, hey? But obviously, I do recognize that all people have different situations, and some things are just way too hectic, and people really need to get like some professional help about it. Because that's the only way they're going to get out of it, because it's just like in a real big tangle and it needs to be untangled with some help, professional help. Friends can only help so much sometimes because they have limited knowledge as far as how the actual mind works. But yeah, super interesting. I hope you got something out of this podcast. These are some health tips. All right, and notice how I didn't say take this, take that, take this, take that, right? This is literally just you figuring out the stuff that's best for you and the steps to actually go out there and do the stuff. There is some things in here you can go out there, save up, pay for, and figure it out. And then you know what you need to do. And you know what you need to eat, you know what you need to do to sleep, you know what you need to do to train, you know what you need to do for your mind. Like, go out there and get after it, mate. Big love if you learned something from this podcast. Yes, please subscribe. Please share. Like, honestly, if you like any of this stuff that I'm doing, like, please share, because I feel like it does actually need to get shared. Like, there's actually some really good stuff here, and people need to like listen to this stuff, because it actually could make a change in someone's life. And if any of these things resonate with you, that was what I was saying beforehand, that was the word, resonate. If any of these resonate with you, please just chuck it up on your story. Please, that will help me out a lot as well, and help us spread all of this good stuff. Big love, guys, and I'll catch you later.